And shooting a film, a man shooting a film, like in real life though. Okay, the goat, Godzilla, the goat, the clear victor in the last film versus a monkey. All right, the monkey's his uncle. Let's check this out. I cannot wait to see this. Oh my god! I mean, just like, come on, bro. Come on, man.
For centuries, there was harmony. The Titans were the guardians of nature, and the great ape. The Titans were the guardians of nature, and the great apes became the protectors of humanity. We've discovered a signal. She can feel it. Kong, Godzilla, they can feel it too.
Oh, that boy goated.
Something is coming.
Oh my, bro, come on, bro.
Something even they're afraid of.
Godzilla's not afraid of anything.
For a ride?
Thought you'd never ask.
Cut the cat.
Try not to swallow your tongue.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh, I gotta see this in theaters.
Is that a mini Kong?
Oh my god.
That's not just a signal. That's a call for war. What is that?
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Oh, so he needs that backup. Kong tries to get him 1v1, gets his ass bodied again, gets his ass beat again, and has to call the homie in. Only the right way to make this film. Only the correct way to make this film, bro.
Is that?
Help! Help! Help!
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
The last time those two met up was almost the end of Kong.
They don't have to like.
Last time those two met up was almost the end of Kong. The last time those two met up was almost the end of Kong.
They don't have to like each other. They just have to work together.
Now,
Oh my god!
They just have to work together.
now I have seen everything.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
And everything.
We've made some minor augmentations.
Oh.
They gave that man a gauntlet, bro. They gave him brass knuckles, man. March. Damn, March as well. Yeah, bro. That's for sure. For sure in the theaters with that one, bro. For sure in the theaters with that one, man. Oh my gosh. For sure in the theaters with that.
Can you watch this fight scene, please? Hungry face shows why this character is the GOAT.
Bro, I'm in there, bro.
Hey, curious Dontai George, are there any donos with links you haven't reacted to?
Bro, you said you said watch this fight scene with not even
Welcome back to New Rockstars.
with not even a link, bro.
I'm Jessica Clemens, and this is a breakdown to Warner Brothers' newest trailer for Godzilla and Kong, the 2024 follow-up to 2021's Godzilla.
Chat. In 2 hours we're gonna be getting on. In 2 hours we're gonna be getting on Helldivers. Chat. When are y'all trying to get on Batman, bro?
Godzilla vs. Kong, 2019's Godzilla King of Monsters, 2017's Kong Skull Island, and 2014's Godzilla. Oh, I didn't even know there was that many Godzillas. This trailer is insane, and we must sit down and talk about Shimu, Monarch, and the—
Chat. Bro, I can't do after, bro. After this? Y'all talking about after this or after Helldiver? Bro, I don't know if I could do after Helldiver. I for sure don't think I could do that.
the importance of Mothra.
Okay,
returning.
after the breakdown then.
And the Queen of Monsters in my heart. Oh, I have a tattoo. It's kind of old, so you don't need to look at it. And I'm sorry, this might be a quicker than normal breakdown. I had to see Madam Web today and lost some time. But yeah, we'll save that conversation for another day. Be sure to check.
Oh, thoughts, chat? Anybody seen that Madam Web? I saw Tyrone Magnus's review. Yeah, obviously, what do you think he said?
Check out nerdride.shop to check out our latest and greatest.
Heard it was ass, man. Heard it was dog doo-doo.
It in New Rockstars merch. Right now, you can grab our Multiverse Tour shirt featuring the many eras of—
How do they get away with this? Oh my god. Every 5 minutes, somebody getting kidnapped here.
Deadpool. It also comes as a hoodie or crop top, or maybe pick up the Madam Web shirt featuring the greatest line from any movie trailer in history, but it's not in the actual movie. Spoilers. Grabbing some merch from the nerdride.shop is the best way to support the channel and all the work that we do here at New Rockstars. Okay, now let's get into this trailer.
For centuries, there was harmony. The Titans were the guardians of nature.
Now that thing, that arm thing gotta shoot missiles or something, bro.
Protectors of humanity.
The voiceover, I think, is done by Eileen Andrews, played by Rebecca Hall.
Helldivers 2 is not that great, to be honest, but still playable. Bro, I played it yesterday. I'm interested to see what you'll have to say about. Bro, I played it yesterday. That shit was fire. What do you mean, man? That shit was amazing.
Who we saw in the last movie. She's a scientist who works studying Kong and Hollow Earth and adopted Gia. She works for Monarch as well. We open the trailer on a scene we got from the last teaser. The pyramid, a rupture in the sand, the poor camels running for their lives, and the bricks surrounding the pyramid are engulfed in dirt like quicksand. Then we get this shot. A new hole to Hollow Earth, perhaps. It has the same blue lighting that we've seen in the Legacy Monarch or Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong when a Titan approaches the rift to leave or enter Hollow Earth or come to our planet. We get footage of Kong stepping out of the hole in Egypt with his beast glove, which I'll get into shortly, don't you worry. Then we cut here with Godzilla coming out of the ocean and his blue spikes are illuminating.
So fire.
They once lived in harmony, or more so just coexisted, and now they can't stand each other. And we see that play out in the trailer. Right then, the trailer says the Titans were the guardians of nature. Though ordinary people like you and myself probably disagree, especially after seeing Godzilla with the pink spikes blast through the bridges like he's one to do. Monarch, who studied the creatures, classified them as
I
Titans.
don't get it. Sony hired the person who wrote Morbius for Madam Web. I guess they truly will never learn their lesson until Disney buys their company out.
Yeah, bro, I don't know. I literally don't know what's going on.
And believe them to be all caring to the planet's natural ecosystem. Sometimes we're classified as protectors, like Godzilla, Mothra, King Kong. The opposites were classified—
Bro, I knew that movie was gonna be trash when I saw the. I literally just saw the they showed the trailer again in front of the beekeeper. The girl was like, "I can see into the future," and then the black girl picked up something, threw it at her, and was like, "She didn't see that." I was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be dog shit."
Madam Web makes Morbius look like Interstellar. Great cast, absolutely garbage writing.
Yeah, bro, I don't know.
as destroyers such as Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mechagodzilla. So this is someone from Monarch explaining the importance of Kong and Godzilla to us and how much we need them. Then they state the great apes become the protector of humanity. I think when she mentions great apes, that's what they refer to Kong's fellow apes now. So originally, I think through Skull Island, there may have been a reference to Kong being the last one left of his kind. Clearly, that's not true. This honestly works out for us though, because
bro, that nigga's look so big. His tooth was literally the size of like 2 cars.
Monarch doesn't know everything. Not only is Hollow Earth massive, but we only know what we've seen and learned. So if Monarch has never seen another Kong, that doesn't mean the other great apes don't exist. It just means they haven't seen it yet. Additionally, Noah Chen, one of our writers, mentioned this, and I agree. They're setting up a history where apes protected humans and Titans protected nature.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This probably brought the Titans and apes into conflict. And Titans protected nature. This probably brought the
What a shot.
Titans and apes into conflict, which we saw in cave drawings. Most of the apes probably retreated to their own society that's now run by Scar.
Watch this Batman animated trailer. Dontai connected to the Arkham games. It is old though, but still cool.
Bro, we're literally jumping into the game after this trailer.
Based on promotional material, and he hates humans who are now venturing into Hollow Earth. That's an easy justification, and when Kong shows up, it makes sense immediately. They would fight and clash. We get the
I'm streaming tomorrow.
shot of Kong reaching out his hand to who I think is Gia. This is in Hollow Earth, pre-Beast Glove, of course. Then we cut to a shot of Kaylee Hotto's character, Gia, who appeared in the last Godzilla vs. Kong movie, an orphaned Iwi that was adopted by Alien Andrews and is super connected, sort of bonded with Kong. We think we saw the Iwi in the last trailer too. They were a tribe on Hollow Earth and Skull Island, and many of them were wiped out by the Kamazots, which is explained in the comics, but the Iwi worship Kong and his species. During this shot, she's in a classroom. She's wearing the headband I think we last saw her in Godzilla vs. Kong, but clearly it's a different material, and our girl is getting older. She looks bored. White feathers fall down around her like snowflake petals, and I think these are snowflake petals that could be the remnants of Shimu's ice blast. When Kong is trying to fight back Shimu's blast later in the trailer, the little sprinkles of ice fall to the ground. They look very similar. The clock reads 1313, so make a wish. But really, this could be a reference to 1313 being recognized.
I thought that was 1111
number for you being an empath, or a new exciting phase is coming for you, or spiritual growth and transformation. It can mean a lot of things. Then immediately, the spikes appear as a graph that resembles Godzilla's pink spikes. But Gia can also sense the presence of Titans by picking up their vibrations to their movement or heartbeat. So that subtle sequence could be her sensing a new Titan is coming. Then we get a shot of her different from the last trailer, but sort of the same. We got a glimpse of her with the Iwis underground in her hand, fading with the staircase or wall. This could be that scene. It cuts very quickly, but we glimpse at her retina. You can be the judge, but I think she's looking at Mothra, which sounds insane. Mothra, queen of the monsters and queen of my heart. Oh, she first appeared in 2019's King of Monsters, and I was pissed.
It's an elephant.
At how she died. Luckily, Mothra can return from death by laying an egg from which she'd be reborn as a larva. She could also cocoon herself and restore her health in Hollow Earth or somewhere else. She's still an insect, so I'd imagine she can survive a lot, though it might not really look like it from that last movie. Seeing as Mothra held the symbiotic relationship with Godzilla, it makes sense for this next sequence of a blue powered up Godzilla. Now, Godzilla eventually becomes pink when he evolves, but this Godzilla resembles the one in Godzilla vs. Kong when he's using his atomic blast. It's good to note though that this Godzilla and Kong has the blue penetrating his entire body like he's overcharged. We see it again later as he steps away from the burning buildings into the ocean on the beach. So I assume this is in Act 1 and he's overcharged or weakened and retreats to hibernate and recharge, which we saw in the first trailer. And then they finally reveal it. In Brazil, Scar vs. Kong and Pink Godzilla vs. Shimu. According to text on the Playmates toy packaging, Shimu is a legendary ice titan with unstoppable world-ending powers who will oppose Godzilla and Kong. As you can see, Shimu has the power of ice, and right now one of his abilities is labeled as Frostbite. This is also the first time we actually see Shimu in the trailer, so this is big for us. Shimu is a massive compared to Godzilla, and it's on all fours right now, so that shows how much damage it will do to Brazil and whether or not it will be hard for Godzilla to even fight back. In the center is a massive explosion between Kong and Scar. This is probably the Beast Glove Thunder Punch that caused an electric explosion, which, again, I'll get into in a second because we get a better shot of that glove later. Also, you gotta love Brazil always representing. I love it. Then we see the Scar King in all his burnt orange glory. His eyes illuminate, then dissolve into what I think is Shimu's eyes, showing us who really is the dynamic duo here in this movie. Gia wakes up from her sleep.
Have they showed the Shimu? Have they showed Shimu?
Being afraid that something's wrong with her. If her senses or visions are becoming stronger through this movie, this could be the reason they venture to find the Iwis to help Gia. Or maybe she follows her senses that lead us to the Iwis where we find Mothra. I just need Mothra back. And if
bro, look at y'all. They just did. Dontai, yes. Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Stupid ass.
they bring Mothra back, I will be.
They literally just showed the eyes. Y'all talking about, dude, they just showed it, dude. Dontai, really? Show goofy ass up trying to fit in, bro. You was a loser, nigga. You was a poser ass nigga, bro.
Fine and happy. This may come as a surprise to some of you, but Batman wasn't always gritty. For a while, Batman was good and happy. This may come as a surprise to some of you, but Batman wasn't.
What the fuck? Why is she talking about Batman? Bro, I'm getting sick of this shit. Where did fucking Batman come from?
closer senses that lead us to the Iwis, where we find Mothra. I just need Mothra back. And if they bring Mothra back, I will be fine and happy. This may come as a surprise to some of you, but Batman wasn't always gritty. For a while, Batman was goofy, campy, fun, and now you can put that fun on display with the new Batmobile 1966 model kit.
It's an ad, bro. I was like, bro, that transition didn't even make sense, bro. I'm so used to like the transitions. That's like, yo, what?
Fan-Home. Fan-Home is a brand dedicated to developing unique collections and build-up models from DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, and more. A Fan-Home subscription gets you magazines loaded with trivia and stories about your favorite.
Y'all gotta tie these in better, bro. I'm so used to ads coming in, and I don't even know when the ad's coming. You just said Batman ain't always used to be like this. What?
Favorite fandom, but also everything you need to build your very own 1966 Batmobile. And who doesn't want that?
Oh my gosh, bro. Batman this, Batman that. I get it, bro. Holy shit.
Batmobile model has so many details. There's a dashboard with all sorts of dials, working lights, and a bat scope. This finished model, metal and ABS plastic, plus trying license plate. Just click the port. Too blurry could be affecting the radar so aggressively it causes massive glitches to Monarch's tech. Ooh. We got these helicopters flying over what I think is Monarch's sectioned off portion to one of the many entrances to Hollow Earth. Not later in the trailer, we see the electric poles harnessing the power and begin to illuminate and start a war.
Let me just say this for all the Kong Dyke suckers in the chat.
What?
He did not win any fight, Lamau. During military ships scene, Kong was saved by the humans. How weak does he have to be saved?
Yo, chat.
Got
like,
smashed at the end.
He's speaking
Godzilla
facts.
is him.
Anybody saying that he won is just literally didn't watch the movie.
I forgot to put the link earlier. So anyways, watch this please after this Rockstar breakdown.
No. We are starting the game. I been said that. Dude. Thank you for the donation.
Whirlpool, and then the group of scientists and Kong jump into a portal to Hollow Earth. Eileen mentions a signal that Kong, Godzilla, and Gia can all feel. So something is coming, and as we already seen in this trailer, it's Shimu or Scar King, or both. We don't know which one enters first. Let's also take a look at these visuals under the narration, because Gia senses it in her room with the animals on the windowsill and a dream catcher on the wall. It's very homey. From the view of outside, this might be her location within Hollow Earth. We left Godzilla vs. Kong knowing there's a new outpost within Hollow Earth monitoring Kong, and this could be her part of it. Kong's in the ocean. This could be in Brazil from the beautiful color of the water, or the Monarch outpost that we just saw. The shadows on his face could be the helicopters flying above. Then back to Eileen Andrews and Dan Stevens, who's playing a new character allegedly named Trapper. However, according to IMDb, it's Stephen Ronda, who could be related to John Goodman's character Bill Ronda in the Apple Plus series Monarch Legacy of Monsters. We get into this machine and we step into it like this is Alien 2, but this is actually the biomimic Heave. Used to travel through Hollow Earth by Monarch, Heave stands for the Hollow Earth Aerial Vehicle. Some toy packaging, though, has alluded to it saying Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicle. But you get the gist. It flies through Hollow Earth. We get the same whirlpool of light as whatever's coming out of the ground in Egypt. We saw them enter Hollow Earth in the last movie, and it was just
epilepsy warning, dude.
They had bags in case they vomited. Though I do love that they shot through the portal in the same beam of light, then blast of blue and magenta illuminate everyone's faces. It's the same sequence, just different people. Then we get another shot from the last trailer. Kong is running in Hollow Earth, and the Heave ship follows him as he sprints through the valley. Then we get another shot from the last trailer of dusty old Kong squaring up with a shadow of another monster that turns out to be Mini Kong, as Bernie puts it later. Mini Kong is actually named, I think, Suko, a reveal from the toy packaging as well. He's a scrappy little fighter who always has Kong's back, so I don't necessarily think he's a descendant of Kong, just a little guy who looks up to him. Now, originally I mentioned this scene is to show off the Scar King's size. Kong had his axe ready to fight, but he let his guard down once he realized it was a tiny little ape. It looks like Kong is absolutely not ready for this fight with the Scar King, but is willing to do whatever it takes. Then we see Trapper press against this wall that illuminates blue. This might be the hibernation sack Godzilla is in, which we saw in the last trailer, which, like, why would you try waking him up? Why would a human put his hands?
Right?
Godzilla's like, Zach.
Stupid
we see a
ass.
giant handprint on the edge of a wall, which is probably another reminder of how big Scar King is. It also resembles the posters we saw in December. This wall looks like the wreckage of a Monarch outpost with the bars crumbled on the side and the red stamp as a reminder to those who come
4
looking.
years
Don't
is
come
insane.
looking or you'll die.
I appreciate
by me,
you, though.
the Scar King. Yeah, I'm also dressed kind of like him. I'm dressed like a cute Scar King. Then Trapper says this.
That's not just a signal, that's a call for war.
We then see Kong grab his axe and we're taken underground to the ruins that look like the ruins we saw in Godzilla vs. Kong. And keep an eye on that water waterfall of lava because that's important later. The other apes are just as big as Kong. Some have red paint marked on their bodies. I think these apes stand by Scar King, or at least pretend to. They start beating the ground, so this must be like a ritual. Maybe a ritual for the King of Apes' arrival or whatever is behind that lava fall. Then Scar King jumps to the ground in all his glory. We see what ultimately gives Kong his glove, the attack the Scar King makes on him with that skeletal whip. This whip is super powerful, and to remind us how big Scar King is, that whip wraps around a building later in the trailer and splits it in half. I think throughout this trailer I forgot how big these creatures are, and these scenes remind us just
that's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like they be getting different sizes, man.
The Scar King is, because Scar King is bigger than most of the buildings in Rio. Horrifying. Then as the waterfall of lava starts to lessen, behind it is Shimu. All we can see are those eyes, but Shimu's blast of ice hits Kong, who's trying to stop it with his axe. This is probably how he loses his axe in the movie, and it's destroyed by Shimu.
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Oh my God, bro. Come on,
And
bro.
we're back, baby. The best team up we've ever done saw. The infamous Kong and Godzilla run prevails again. And
Holy
I
shit.
love it. I don't care. I love it. Back in Brazil, Shimu's turning the water into ice and blasting it into the sky, forming that into ice as well. You can see how far his reach is across the water, and
What
that
the
thing
hell?
is dangerous. We cut between a lot of visuals here. We see an Iwi woman, Bernie, and Andrews. In the original trailer, we saw the Iwi people gathered around a glowing pink monument. This is probably from that scene, and this is probably where Gia is reintroduced to what's left of the Iwi people. We see the Iwi people a couple more times within the trailer. They bow their heads, and we see an Iwi woman and a man who could be Gia's parents or related to her. They have a sort of resemblance, but we just don't know yet. The actress is Fala Chen, who played Shang-Chi's mom in The Ten Rings. Her role right now is unconfirmed, but from this shot alone and her wardrobe, I'd argue she's important to the Iwi people. It is very important to note from the trailer, Kong and Godzilla are fighting in Egypt. We don't see anyone else yet. I think this is a part in the movie where both Kong and Godzilla fight each other, realize it does nothing to fight each other again, and then come together to take on Scar and Shimu. Even the overlapping narration says this.
They don't have to like each other. They just have to work together.
That look already says, I don't want to work with this idiot. We get a shot
So we
of
get another
Trapper in his
fight?
big yellow rig, and I think he's building Godzilla's beast glove, which again is the size comparison. To a
Transformers.
human, look at how huge that is. Now, all looks completely chaotic to go from Kong and Godzilla up in Egypt back to Brazil fighting Scar and Mini Kong. Scar is holding on to the little Kong, so I don't know the
Holy
importance of that
shit.
little guy to our Kong, but it must
He's
be
gonna
something
die.
strong. Later in the trailer, we see Mini Kong throw a rock to evade another.
Mini
ape with red
Kong
paint
is
on their
gonna
body.
die.
So this Mini Kong is very important as everyone's just trying to capture him. Kong knocks a tooth out of Scar King that ruptures the street, and again, another scene to showcase how big he is because that molar is massive. It's bigger than a car. Then we see these shots of blue spike Godzilla like they're from Godzilla vs. Kong. It might be a scene we've never seen before since this scene we got in the trailer is during the daytime. It's weird that this one's like at night. I'm unsure about it, but I'm interested in your guys' suggestions because I don't know what is going on with this Godzilla. We saw this scene with Gia in the original trailer, but the lighting was much different. Originally in that trailer, we saw her hand look like it's fading, but now we see the gold dust fall down and it resembles when
snap.
Mothra emerged in Godzilla King of Monsters. We see Kong's glove being made, latching to his wrist, arm shutters fall, so this is referred to as the Beast Glove, which stands for Bio-Enhanced Anatomic Seismic Thunder Glove. The glove part is left off of Beast acronym. You get it. We see the thunder it gives off later when fighting Scar. This is a prototype gauntlet with a meteor impact with every punch. This was released also in the Playmates toys. We see the damage that Shimu and Scar did to his hand beyond that Beast Glove. You can see his skin, the fur is gone. When Kong pulls back and punches through the building that Scar hurls at him, we see a clear shot of his silver tooth, which when you look back at the trailer, we don't see until the Kong and Godzilla running scene. So along with the new gauntlet, he also received a new tooth. Good for him, he's getting veneers. Then we get Kong and Godzilla bellowing in the desert, and this is probably the scene where they realize they have to work together. And then we close out with our bisexual Godzilla, Kong, and New Empire. And those colors are really speaking to me, but not as much as this movie. I am so stoked. I can't even act like I'm not, you guys. This universe is so fun to follow, and honestly, you put giant lizards, giant moths, and giant apes to fighting with super mega powers, like I'm tuned in. I'm sad. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna eat it all up. I've watched these movies for such a long time, and I'm always there opening night, which is why I'm excited to announce we're doing a MonsterVerse rewatch series. And you know,
Oh my
how Eric
gosh.
does the ones for the X-Men movies? I'll be doing it here, following up to this bad boy.
Wait, he's about to watch every X-Men movie? For what? Yo, when did they say Deadpool was coming out?
Mr. Crystal Metheny, I don't